In Utah, when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you're out of your dogma snuggies. Start to wonder if anybody's out of their dogma. I'm going to talk a lot about deception of the IAEA, the nuclear cartel, the mass murdering, the greatest ripoff and murder in the history of humanity by billions of times, the nuclear industry. Industry we don't use, an industry that's hijacked academia, an industry that's hijacked the economy, hijacked your health, hijacked the earth, killing themselves. An industry that is so bloated and gluttonous and fucking pig with fucking money from the United States taxpayer. The entire nuclear industry is 100% funded by the very people they are mass murdered. It's not used. It's not needed. It's a cash cow. It is the biggest ripoff in the history of humanity by billions of times. It dwarfs any banker in history. And it kills you dead. I'm going to talk about the deception from the inception. I want to talk about this. You know, as I protest out at Clean Harbors, Energy Solutions. Now, you think about it. This is how they play. This is how they play. My niece works for the Energy Conference Council of Utah. Energy Solutions. These people, it's a Colorado super PAC that intentionally is going out to kill you and rob you and extract every dime from you. But that's the language they use. I mean, it is deception. It is malice from the inception. Now, we know in American law, reverse Magna Carta, and any law, by that matter. By the way, when we bombed Iraq, where the Tigris meets the Euphrates, annihilated the Garden of Eden in the name of so-called Christianity, annihilated the Garden of Eden for time and all eternity with depleted uranium, the oldest tabs in law enforcement ever written, well, excuse me, not law enforcement, in law, that there's another term, hijack, law enforcement. How is a police officer law enforcement? Law enforcement are courts. Police are police that are supposed to be part of the community. Let's talk about the IAEA's inception. By inception. Now, I want everyone to really think about this. In the inception, they ranked nuclear disasters from 1 to 7. Now, we can go all the way back. We can go way back into modern civilization, even further back than modern civilization. We go back to hieroglyphics. People use 10. Always use 10. And there's a lot of reasons why. You got 10 fingers, you got 10 toes. You know, there's lots of reasons why. They knew that. So why would they possibly set a scale from 1 to 7? Oh, Fukushima's only a 7. Do you know it's only a 7? because they know that the populace thinks 1 to 10. It's an inherent common thesis in our brains. We have judicial law, we have common law, we have, legislative thinking, groom thinking, we have core common thinking. Core common thinking says 10. I mean, you're born with that. 7. That is malice. Now we know with malice and deception, bait and switch, anytime you go in with malice in a Ponzi scheme, in a premeditated crime, we punish those the worst, right? And rightfully so. Those are evil people. Society has always known how evil and dangerous people are like that. People that deceive and connive, put their hairspray on in the morning, go into church, walk in and say, I'm Christ-like, I'm like Jesus, when they're the opposite. Those are the most dangerous people in the history of humanity, always have been. They have completely taken the field in the United States. Completely. These are sick, sociopath, hateful. They hate their own wife. They hate their own husband. They hate their own children. They hate themselves. They hate fucking humanity, and they want to take the earth fucking with them. See, we told you we set the fucking earth on fire. They hate themselves. They're abused children. They are unloved children. That's from the IAEA. Their parents were not in the IAEA, but they came from households like H. Bush raised W, in a family with total unloved sociopaths. The Bush crime family, fucking all of these fucking crime families that evolved over time. Now you think about it, the Rodham crime family, here we go again after everything we've been fucking through. Everything we've been through. The fucking looting of the fucking treasury, the looting of America, the American toxic. We're going to really do this again at Clinton versus the Bush? Now, people can say, oh, the system's hijacked, whatever. No, I'll tell you what's hijacked. People's brains. They can't think for themselves. Oh, they got elf tower, because they're unconscious. Because they're not tapping into their conscience. Their conscience is there. They're in it now. They've gone along. They're hypnotized. They're tranquilized. Fucking Stockholm Syndrome? I guess. I believe that they're degenerate. I'm sitting right here by a guy. Get this, we're talking a fucking near 70-year-old guy just went and got a tattoo on his face. I'm like, why? Why would you do such a fucking... You got grandkids? Yeah. Fucking immature fucks. Because he thinks he's 15. They never grew up. He's degenerate. They fucking... The grief has been internalized because they don't know how to externalize it. Because to externalize your grief, that leads me to Earth Day. I'm going to protest tomorrow. Earth Day is a protest. Hardcore radical protest. Earth Day was inception as a hardcore anti-nuclear protest. Hardcore protest. We've turned it to come by, yeah, let's have a little party, put a freaking peace sign on my kid, put dreads on my kids, and let's fucking... And it's kind of like ring around the rosies, ring... Do you know where that song came from? Do you understand that? How brutal that is? And we're taught that as children? Really? Do you know what that's about? It's about the plague. The kids did come up with that. Because they were all fucking dying. All of them were dying. They would hold their hands, and they were giving it to each other because little germs threw it. Oh, you're crazy. You lunatics that fucking say fucking doctors need to wash their hands. Little germs can fly through the fucking air. Oh, fuck, 12 monkeys fucking... No, it can't be. Throw him in a fucking mental institution in Germany. The doctor who fucking really pushed that 100 years before Jonas Salk. Oh, he's so fucking crazy. Not only that, he killed himself, or they killed him 14 days after being in his... Now, you think about it. Cassandra's son. There's been people in history that they know they're telling the truth. Not false arrogance because they've done the work. They were born with the intuitive mind. Einstein. There's so many of them. I can go back in history. Now, Einstein's one they actually listen to, the only one. His intuitive mind. But the great intuitive minds, most of them become artists. Why? Because they know what they're trying to tell to the fucking world. No one will listen, and they're fucking screaming to get it out. Is that me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew the day that it happened. I knew before it fucking happened. Fukushima, because of my path, my journey, my place in time. I knew. It's going to kill fucking so many fucking people. It's going to kill the fucking Pacific Ocean. Is the Pacific Ocean going to change and mutate out of this? I don't know. fuck, God only knows what's going to fucking come out of this. Is it going to turn into the Dead Sea? If it does turn into the fucking Dead Sea, this fucking Earth is fucking going to fucking be horrible. Now, what if the Pacific Ocean is going to be completely dead? Does that mean humanity's going to? No, because they're already doing it. The food will be grown in, in warehouses, in fucking fish farms, and which it already is. That's why no one gets. But, here's the part that people don't wrap their mind around. What kills the sea kills the earth. We have an ecosystem. The mist that rises off the Pacific Ocean every single day that comes across. I mean, let's talk about the giant redwoods, those three masterpieces. They suck their nutrients out of the air, out of the land, both. They're incredible hardy creatures. And I saw with my own eyes, the tops of the redwoods are starting to look dead. Now, I got a call from a guy who's a very conscious ecologist up there yesterday, and we had a long talk. He's documenting it now. He says, you got me well, Kevin. I've been looking. Now, I'm here to tell you, if we're seeing the tops of the redwoods are the most hardy creature on the face of the earth, bar none. Bar none. Why do you think they're the oldest living things on the face of the earth? They can handle about anything. When you start to see the tops of them spit back and dying, which they are, I saw with my own eyes. The very top of them are starting to have fucking death across those. That's fucking radical, really intense. It's Fukushima, Fuktonium. Now, yesterday, I got to talk to Lisa Lynn. Now, I went in with it like I go with it at all these phony fuckers. In our phony, fake, fucked up university, we got the most fucked up dean. He's a chemist. This dude's so ugly. And his wife, oh my God, you got to see his wife. And he's an old man. He's got they got a child. Oh my God. It was like that Steinbeck episode when you look at the child. Remember the one where they're, no, excuse me. Sorry, Steinbeck. No, it's Seinfeld episode when they go look at the child and they're like, whoa, that's his child. Whoa. I mean, these people, our university is so pathetic right now. These people are so fucking pathetic. I can't believe anybody's even going because you're not going to learn anything. And that piece of paper is going to be, well, it's going to do go fucking dead. I mean, if you're in university right now, get in your community college, unless, you get things to go, you got a grant that's paying for it. I'm all for that. Enlighten yourself and try to pick and choose. But these professors are pathetic. Academia is fucking pathetic. He sat right in front of me. I let that motherfucker have it yesterday. So I go in, and the reason I give her any fucking respect, because, she's in the club, there's no doubt. She used to work with Anderson Vanderbilt when she was a kid. They found her when she's a kid, but I know she's intelligent, incredibly dynamic, and incredibly intelligent. And the only thing that turned me on about her sure wasn't her sister freaking getting grabbed and thrown into freaking, because, let's get real, I don't know this to be true, but we know, we know all these guys. These guys that end up getting these situations are CIA. So, is she CIA? Most likely she comes from a CIA family. My guess is she's connected, but I don't care if they're NSA, I don't care if they're CIA, I don't care where they are. They still have choices. And people like that, that's who we need. We need somebody with inside the fucking circle to break ranks. That's what great artists do. That's what Jackson Pollock did. That's what Diego Rivera did. That's what, Andy Warhol did. You have to be sly. You have to be tricky. So you have to fracture from thin. We need Gloria Vanderbilt. Oh my God, how disgusting is that fucking woman? Anderson, that CIA man, how disgusting is he? How disgusting was his grandfather and his great-grand? We're talking some of the most disgusting, grotesque fucking human beings ever. Not my words. Teddy Roosevelt's fucking words. So, I saw just one clip that she had done inside Folsom in the prison complex. And she goes in. She goes right into cells and documents these horrible overcrowded conditions, these people that shouldn't be there. And then the animals that are in there that run the place, it's completely out of control. And, they've got these animals that are running the death squads inside the prisons in cages, literally outside. They put them in cages. That's what animals they are. Now, in my opinion, they should just kill them. Certain people, people say, oh my God, because people want to fake. I'm a liberal, whatever. I'm a progressive. I'm old school. I'm Bobby Kennedy. Maybe Teddy, maybe not so in the progressive movement of damn the fucking waterways and whatever, in the progressive of taking away the land and making it preserves. I really was on the committee way back when I was a kid. There was a big push to make the California coast a mile in, all national park, all the way, which, by the way, California's done part of that. Now, part of the stuff we wanted done way back then, they have done. They have done. If you go in Southern California, or in the Central Valley, they've taken it away. No dogs, no horses, no nobody. You have to have a GPS to, because humans are creeps. They're going to destroy it. So she went in, and they had this, this guy, huge, giant, incredible dude. This dude, 0% body fat, whatever, and anyway, she's standing right there, and she has the woman guard right there with her, Lisa. And she's like, hey, you need to be careful. She's like, I'm okay. That's when I turned on. I'm like, this girl's got guts. This girl's an independent thinker. Irregardless of the thing, she's smart enough to know, and she said it yesterday, and I accept her answer. Because, look, she sells her show to CNN. She's not a regular on CNN because they only use CIA rats on CNN. We know that. You have to be connected, and the NSA and the government has to approve these rats. Operation Foxconn, Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck's a fucking lunatic, radical plant by the fucking CIA. They found it. They like to find guys like that. They like to find addicted, drug addict, alcoholic freaks that have been abused children. Every one of these neocons, Fox News, they find them. The CIA has a very simple profile. It's like my father was a special forces guy, Pat Tillman, and everybody says, "Oh, you have to work your way up." He was a CIA rat. What's his name? Who hung himself? He was fucking horrible. Who was Michael Rupert? What a pathetic, lying fucking rat that was. Why do you think he hung himself? He knew what a rat he was. He tried to tell me a long time ago that Pat Tillman, the other people inside, that they hated him. I'm like, well, what, are you that fucking stupid? Do you understand how Special Forces work? It's a simple test. You want to be in Special Forces and you're a young guy? They put you through the physical test, then the mental test. You pass it, you're in. It's that fucking simple. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. That's what they did. So, as they do it, and it goes forward, they profile. They look for people. High IQ, dynamic, not just, they don't want your A student. They want thinkers. And you need to be physical. These people that have energy that can go. You can see that she's one of those. I think, even much more than her sister. You can tell by talking to her. By the way, her lecture she gave was brilliant. Really brilliant. I'm like, in perfect rhythm, in perfect rhyme, without hesitation. She rattled it off for an hour without one breath, without break, in a perfection. I'm like, whoa. She reminded Robert Scheer when he gave his lecture at the Helen. Whoa. You know how hard that is to do? You can't fake that. So I'm like, this girl gets it. We have a chance. So I know what I'm doing inside those apparatuses. They don't even want me in there. I don't give a fuck. I know how to fucking be first call up. I know what I'm doing. I've done this for a long time. And I want people to very much understand. When I say that my stuff shows up, online newspapers around the world tag YouTube videos in them. United heavy, hard language, the rest of the world does not pull back from it. They do not pull. They don't really even understand our style and our way. But they get the spirit and the consciousness of the content. I know for a fact my videos have been on front pages of major fucking newspapers all over the world. My uncle in China says, oh my God, people will come up to me, think that you're, the neurosurgeon. They think that he's me. Which he's completely the opposite. He's an asshole, by the way. He's smart, he's dynamic, he's creative, but he's another one of these fuckers that have drank the fucking Kool-Aid. I tell him that right to his fucking face. I don't give a fuck. He's a brilliant fucking genius. Probably the greatest neurosurgeon in America, but he's a fucking prick. Because he's a self-indulged fucking asshole who's drank the fucking Mormon fucking exploitation, usury fucking Kool-Aid. I don't give a fuck. There's no sacred cows with me. Fuck them. You want to get on your knees and worship these hairsprayed phony motherfuckers? I don't care who fucking they are. There's no sacred cows with me. Fuck them. So, I had my conversation with her. I go up. You know, we line up to get our pictures taken as their whoopee fucking do. But we talk. We have a brief, very brief thing. You know, she wants out of there, you know, get in my car, go on, you know. They make a lot of money on these fucking universities fucking speaking fucking gig. It's a sweet gig. But we exchanged information and talk, and she told me straight up, you got me fucking going. You got me thinking. So that's all we can do. We can hope for someone like her can break fucking ranks and contemporize the reality. And all we do is try. Now, fuck them because they had the fucking filth warriors. Yeah, you're fucking right. Fuck them. Yeah, I agree. But the only reason, again, I give her any fucking legitimacy. She's done a lot of fucking good work as far as going into the pray away the gay fucking churches. That's some powerful shit she's done. And inside the fucking prisons. She's exposed the military fucking industrialized complex, and that's why I brought up Megan Rice to her. Megan Rice, inside the trial on January 20th. I'm sitting right by her. I'm in the courtroom. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Timothy, the prosecution. Thank you, the federal United States federal government that held an 85-year-old peace activist nun in a holding facility that's built to hold someone for 2 or 3 weeks maximum for a year and a half at 55 degrees and nearly killing an elderly nun, a peace activist. Thank you. Thank you for doing that to me. So when I get out, I have something else to protest. The militarized industrialized prison complex, Megan Rice. Now look at Megan Rice when she spoke in 2012 up at Hanford. She's the real deal. As far as an anti-nuclear activist. The rest of them are fake phony. These Kevin Camps, these Helen Caldicott's all, man, don't get me wrong, Helen Caldicott's a genius. Brilliant genius. But when she had the chance, she chose money over fucking being anti-nuclear. Fukushima is the linchpin to ending the entire nuclear cartel. Don't you think I know that? It is the linchpin. They can't fucking spin it. They can't fucking get out of it. They can't fucking deny it. It is the fucking linchpin that takes, it is the card that holds up this foundation of this giant Ponzi scheme they've built. The greatest Ponzi. It is the card that's pulled out that will take it down. They're propping it up with you, the American populace. They're propping it up with the passive resistance. They know they shove that passive resistance in is the mainstay, is the pillar. The passive resistance, the Helen Caldecott, the Kevin Camps, the Fred Busbys, the Arnie Gundershills, the Dirty Herbie, Governor Herberts, all these people, they shove them under there. That's what's holding it up from coming apart. They know that. The IA, they don't care. They're sociopaths. They're sick. Yeah, they travel around the world. Like, I'll be in Vienna for the IAEA Spent Fuel Cycle Conference. Excuse me. They don't do anything because they're closed. They don't let press at them. They don't let. So what do? Sit and kumbaya each other. Paid vacations. I'm going to hold their fucking feet to the fire. People in Austria, people in Switzerland, people in Germany, the populace, they know. People in Italy, people in Spain, they know. They're like, I mean, let's get real. In Italy, Westinghouse tried to move in there again for the umpteenth time in 2012. Look it up. Huffington Post reported it. Got reported by a freelance journalist. That's what the Huffington Post does. Steals freelance journalists' work. That's what all of them do. They steal freelance journalists' work like mine. They steal it, give us no credit, which is against the fucking law, which is illegal. Then they fucking panty paint it. That's what they do. That's what the Huffington Post does. That's what fucking New York Times does. That's what Washington Post does. Fox News does. CNN fucking does. They take hardcore fucking freelance journalists that are in the fight for the real fucking reasons. They take our fucking work, don't give us any fucking credit, and they panty paint it. That's exactly what they do to me. In the United States, in Scotland, in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, in the English-speaking Queen's Royal fucking subject community. The rest of the world does not do that. So they know that those are the creeps that are holding the pillar up. They spin our fucking work. That's why I won't do these interviews. I carry around a contract in my back pocket. I make them sign it. Hey, because they're not going to crop me. Ask Christina Radchick. She did this fucking hour worth of interview for RT. That was a magnificent. I think she got 12 seconds. They chop us up, and they're not doing it to me. Now, RT's interviewed me multiple times. I'm all over. RT uses my voice on a lot of stuff, especially in Million Mass March dig. Which, by the way, I want all you lunatics around the fucking world, you go denial about it. You know, my post-ignorance social movement that was going in 2010 when Fukushima happened, a guy named John Anthony Forhurst was watching me, and he and I going back and forth talking in Boston. He come up with the idea of the name, but the movement was already in place. Myself and a few others had already placed this movement. He's the one that named it Million Mass March. At first, I'm like, I don't know. Then I'm like, wait a minute. You might be onto something. And I hadn't met him, and then I had to understand who he was. It's hard. Then I realized he was half black, half white, part Cherokee, working class. And then I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. It's caught fire around the world. It's a massive fucking movement. Remember the no more, and I got an argument with this. Here comes this guy in San Francisco into the bar, and he's dressed up like a clown, like they all dress up like clowns. And he's dressed, he's waxed his mustache, trying it up, and he's got his hat, and he's dressed in period 1880 garb, which I'm all for that. In fact, I love that. When I go to Europe, I'm going to find my native garb, which is, my bloodlines are Austrian, Swiss. My bloodlines come from Austria and Swiss, the Huntsakers. That's where my bloodlines go. And then Copenhagen. And then Copenhagen, Denmark. So I'm going to start dressing in my period garb, and I'm all for that. But this guy's dressed in San Francisco 1880s period garb. And we start talking. And, you know, I says, who the fuck do you think you are, Guy Fawkes? And he says, oh, God, can you believe they use him, blah, 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 blah. And he goes off on this whole rant about him. I'm like, well, wait a minute. He wanted to blow up Parliament. He didn't pull it off. But let's get real. Metaphorically, here we are, how many years later, still talking about it? Just because we want to do something doesn't make it a crime. That doesn't mean we act, because it's the difference between the conscious and the unconscious. Think about it. If they come and arrest you for every conscious idea you ever had in your head, everything that pops up, the whole fucking world would be in prison. Okay? Let's think about this. It's not the painting of the Superman, it's the idea to paint the Superman, but then you have to do it. So, did he do it? No, he didn't do it. We're talking metaphorically. We're peace activists. But we're hard and we're strong, like in the spirit of Martin Luther King, in the spirit of Rachel Carson, in the spirit of maybe even Teddy. Of course, that crazy fucker killed people. He, you know, let's see. I folded him up nicely like it. And that's going to get me wrong. I think he was a creep in some ways, but other ways I think his light went on and he did a lot of good things. Crazy as fuck. You know, was he an imperialistic fuck? You know, oh, fuck, yeah. Let's get real. Him and Mark Twain, the two most powerful Masons in the world. With the Masons run this fucking country, they did. They don't anymore. They're pathetic pussies now. They're fucking pathetic because they're not Masons. They let in anybody. They didn't let in guys, craftsmen. It used to be guys, split rock, whatever. They're solid the earth. They were connected. That's why they were powerful. Fuck, now they got fucking douchebags without a dime in there, fucking without a fucking craft, without a skill, whatever. They're worthless. That's why Skull and Crossbones took the field. Because they let them. They lost their craft. They lost their... There are no craftsmen fucking left. First, they come for the fucking craftsmen. I was a fucking craftsman. I'm a real Mason. I split my own rock. You know, any of you birds come out here, I'll show you my work. The restoration of the 1905 Masonic, that's my work. Hand chiseled, making stone out of my sacred sauce. People still don't even know how I did it. I got them everywhere. I got 10,000 of them here. Pure as pure. No fake shit for me. No explanation. I do my own fucking work. Always have. I'll do the fucking work. When somebody steals your work and fucking doesn't give you credit, it hurts us. It's wrong. It's grotesque. It's panty painter and striper painter. But that's the beauty of YouTube, is the historical record. We can throw down and we can record this in tremendous fucking time in history in a right word. Now look, you can sit back and you can fucking regurgitate someone else's work. You can take the genre of YouTube and fucking fuck it all up. Just retake pieces of other people's fucking work, respin it, and do the analysis of the analysis. I'm all for it if it's done like Jan Brooks has done it. Jan Brooks has done it in a very real way, in a very honest way, where she's actually told the tale in the history. She doesn't spin it. Radchick's done it. Radchick does use a lot of it, because she's an artist. I mean, I didn't realize that she's an artist. She's a great photographer. She does a lot of things she doesn't mind, but these other fuckers, so many of them. Missing Sky, she's done it accurately. I mean, a lot of that works, but there's a guy named Chris Brand and some other. Now get this guy. I'm sure he's being paid. He used to watch my videos all the time. I'm gonna go off on this punk. I think he's down in Australia or somewhere, but you can see they got to him. So he's. By the way, he's been stealing a lot of content, a lot of words, copyrighted words. I'm gonna sue him. And he puts them out there, and he pays to have them put up. So Fukushima breaking news, you go to him. And all it is crop really still stuff that should maybe have 20 views. But he paid to get placed. I don't know who paid. And then you go to his site, and he has videos of Bigfoot sightings. That's paid by that's exactly the game they play. So they take a guy like that, they give him some fucking money, say, okay, Fukushima, and then you go to his page, oh, Bigfoot, so they incorporate Fukushima into Bigfoot. That's exactly the game they fucking play. Is he paid to do it? Of course he's fucking paid to do it. And it's probably a teeny bit of, just like Canada when they tried to team me up, Talco Energy. Energy Solutions. I protested Energy. It's like a guy who watches my videos, James, for years and years, listening to my thing. I'm like, he says, God, did you know about this one? Please. Have you been paying attention? I'm an anti-nuclear activist for 40 years in Utah. It's right in my fucking backyard. I rant and rave about it on my fucking videos and my radio every fucking time. Did you? Do I know? What the fuck? I mean, people really this hyperbole think this is a fucking cartoon? Think this is Sesame fucking Street? Apparently. Well, I wish it was Sesame Street. At least it'd be elementary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let's start at 7. That's the worst. 8, 9, 10. Come on, kids. You can be conscious or you can be unconscious. It's that fucking simple. You can be conscious about the Earth Day protest, Gaylord. You know, the Environmental Act of 1970-71 passed 333 to 1. Think about the conscience of America. And people say, oh, we don't. The conscience of America and the power of the people in this country matter. Think about what it was. And it was so in vogue to be environmentalist. It was, I mean, because we had these sexy, beautiful fucking women and these Freudian fucking dogs. I was with Annika for years. That was my mate. That's the feminine girl before it was feminine. That's how I met Megan Rice. I met Megan Rice through Madeline, by the way, Megan's mother. Megan's mother was one of the greatest activists this world's ever seen. She was brilliant. She was charismatic. She was fucking genius. She was amazing. This is a housewife, went back to school at Columbia, and became one of the great professors back when professors were leaders in the real solid. By the way, I burned my PhD a long time ago, my so-called PhD through the university, awarded to me by the great Dr. Cooley, the greatest thing. I burned it in protest. Just like the guy at the MoMA, he burned his old MoMA press pass recently, the critic. Good for him. We need to burn all our PhDs. We need to burn all our flags. We need to burn all of that in protest. Wake the fuck up. You know, I had the Girl Scouts come over, the young girls, you know, through the church, and I know the woman that raised them. I'm a very intricate part of our community. I support our community any way I can, even though they don't support me. When I had leukemia, they turned their back on me. And my community, you know, there's a couple people that looked out for me, but the Mormon Church turned their back on me. Without my grandfather, there is no Mormon Church. The great socialist that he was, it started the whole fucking socialist program the Mormon Church uses today, which they've hijacked, but they don't do anything. They use all their money for propaganda. The Mormon Church uses all their money for propaganda. You go to New York City, the greatest grossing play is the Book of Mormon, which I've seen, which is incredible. He's a Mormon kid. He knows what I know. We grew up in it. Trey grew up in it. It's brilliant. So the Mormons spend billions and billions of their extorted wealth. That's all it is, for profit, for deposit only. Do as I say, not as I do, for profit only. So you went to New York City, every cab on the marquee for years. I was there. It says, if you want to see the play to laugh, go see the Book of Mormon play to laugh. You want to change your life, read the book. They spent billions on that, which did not work because people, the internet, people dig in and do a little bit of work on these fucking lies. And not only the lies, it really doesn't matter about the theology. It's the hypocrisy of religion. Come on, let's get real. Fucking how many fucking pedophiles in the United States who fucking raped children went to jail? Now, let's get real about that. Illuminati power structure, those power structures have always existed. The power of the people. In 1970, you think that would have happened? 1970, they would have all went to fucking jail. I'm here to fucking tell you. Why do you think they hated John Kennedy so fucking bad? Oh, he will, he would have put him in jail. Bobby would have put him in jail. The attorney general that had balls. Janet Reno would have fucking had balls. She'd have put him in fucking jail. The one we have now, that's the biggest pussy fucking soft fucking African-American male who ever walked the face of the earth. The United States Attorney General. The greatest Uncle Tom in history. The greatest Uncle Tom in history. The Attorney General of the United States. An African-American that allowed his people to be, and I'm not just talking about, the race baiting that goes on. Let's get real. Utah's the capital of cop kill unarmed person. The capital. First 4 homicides in Utah this year were all cop killing. The first 7 or 10, they were all white guys. And girls. They shot a 21-year-old white girl in the face and blew her face off. Prosecutor even tried it. The judge just throws it out because that's the way it is here. It's about socioeconomics. It's about social class. He knows that. The African-American plight, the brown plight, well, it doesn't have anything to do with race anymore. The craftsmen like myself, they took us all apart. You either become a serf and work for the government or you got nothing. They destroyed all craftsmen. They destroyed all business. They just gutted it. They replaced it with a hungry brown people from the South. They refused to arrest people for paying cash. The IRS could clean that up any day they wanted. These guys that have been paying people cash, and it's on the books. Not the almost paying cash, but the receipts. They're getting 1099. The IRS knows their thing, and they're claiming that cash, and they're claiming that payment they're making as wages. They're all doing it. The fucking federal government, the IRS, could take that whole thing apart in 1 second with a computer, with a click of a mouse. Why don't they do it? Because we have accepted slavery as a people. Usually, you think it's fucking cool to have. Oh, Walmart's saving me $2,300 a year by using slaves in China and importing their grotesque price. When it's cost you $100,000, I could prove it's cost your family $100,000, over $100,000 a year in wages. The usury complex. The average American in 1975 was making $106,000 a year in wages, 40 hours a week, full medical and benefit. And the government did not provide the medical because the labor had power. People had power because we had tariffs at the port, but we had more than that. We had a social conscience of America that thought it was immoral to enslave another person in Asia, in anywhere on earth, in Haiti, in Mexico. You want to enslave a person? Hey, people would have brought in products. Remember? Kathy Lee Gifford, remember the outrage of Nike? Now, Nike's come out with Converse that like soup cans. Very cool. Wonder where they got that idea, huh? I did that. I painted my tennis shoes, and you've seen them, to look like soup cans fucking long time ago. Real ones that were made here. Converse went broke. Nike bought the brand. Nike's one of the biggest exploiters of labor in human history. You don't care. Bangladesh Shirtwaist Fire 2.0, 3.0. They killed fucking left and right. From the most expensive designer down to the Walmart goods. But the American conscience does not give a fuck because they fucking have no conscience. It's simple. You can either have a conscience. Your conscience knows. People know. People say they don't know. Why do you think they're obese? Why do you think they're stressed out? Why do you think they're checking out? Why do you think they're eating pills? Why do you think they're stressed out wrecks, drinking, gambling, doing whatever they can to check out? Porn addictions, whatever. Because their conscience at night awakes. They know they're fucking living a lie. It's like being in a gang. They're in the gang. They're in the biggest gang in human history called Americana Usury. Obey, consume, usury. They're in the gang. They're in the club. All of them. They're in the gang. Even if they're a low-level soldier or up to a fucking kingpin of the gang, they know it's wrong, but they just want to belong. They can't even comprehend getting out of the gang. They know it's wrong. People can lie to me, and I can prove all this, just like Fukushima. They just look at you like, they know. Up and down, they know. They'll act like they don't know, and they just go numb and deny it. Oh, of course, you got these big, fat, fucking redneck, fucking idiot, fucking moron, fucking Fox News watching gun-toting Johnny Get Your Gun fuckers. Of course, they don't know. The fuck those dumb fuckers. You could ask them who the first president of the United States. They don't know. They don't know anything. They're dumber than fucking dirt. John Oliver goes over into the streets of New York City and says, who's Eric Snowden? And nobody, no, bullshit. Anybody who matters knows who he is. And then he goes over and shows it to fucking Eric Snowden. What a slap in Eric's face. Come on, Oliver, you fucking English fuck. What do? Fuck, you want to go fucking suck the fucking Prince William's dick now? You might as well, you fucker. What's a tariff? You go do that? Why don't you ask anybody who matters? We know it's always a smart. Anybody who has got any fucking brain whatsoever, any fucking kind that matters in this fucking society that's really going to move culture or whatever, they know who he is. Please. Fuck. Just randomly, I mean, he could have done the same thesis and walked out and asked people who's the first president of the United States. What's the next state over? Point to the east. None of them fucking know. That's how pathetic, fucking stupid America is. The world. It really is an epidemic of ignorance. And it's a fucking lazy, conscious fucking choice. We are lazy. The obesity, the gluttony, the fucking driving up through a drive-up window. You know, it's like, I'm asked all the time. Kevin, if you were fucking president or you were king or fucking whatever, you had power to fucking change the world, what's the first thing you do? Make drive-up windows illegal. People laugh at that, but let's get real. Most of Europe already has those laws. I would ban cars inside centers. A lot of Europe already has that. A lot of societies have that. These are not crazy fucking thoughts. They've been around forever. I'd put a fucking tariff at the fucking poor. Crazy thought. Let's say America was founded on it, incepted on it. I would put usury laws in place. Maximum 6% of pride. You want to have a 0%? I'd put the draft back in. You want to have a war? What do you think South Vietnam? Everybody says, oh, the music and everything, but let's get a lot of the musicians, a lot of the great artists, they got draft cards. Some of these hillbilly fucks that were fucking all gung-ho, go kill, kill, kill. It's like, I got this big punk. I'm going to knock this fucking guy out. This guy's been ranting and raving and fucking carrying on a lot about kill the Iraq. He used to walk around with a W hat on. His name's Paul up in Wyoming. I'm going to knock this fucker out. I'm going to do it. I found out recently, it just hit me, he's been rattling, that he was a draft dodger. Republican war heroes. Look it up. George H. Bush, draft dodger. Fucking Dick Cheney, draft dodger. Rumsfeld, draft dodger. Oh, no, Ted Nugent's my favorite. I'll knock that motherfucker out the first chance I get, that punk. That fucking creep. He didn't go because he said he couldn't control his bowels. He fucking pissed his pants. None of them ever fucking went, because that's who these Americans, they want. They're lazy, fucking hairspray abuse. By the way, I guarantee Ted Nugent had fucking was abused by his father. I'm sure his father beat the fuck out of him. Probably sexually abused him. All of them, every one of them. Sean Hannity admitted it. Hannity went on, my father used to beat me with a switch. You take back every one of these right. They want to kill. They're cowards, by the way. They're all cowards. They want everybody to do their fucking dirty work. You go into every one of them. Every one of them had hardcore totalitarian fathers who beat the fuck out of them. And or mothers. Abused, unloved children. They hate the world. They hate themselves. What do you think the hairspray? You show me a guy who's got fucking this hairspray, whoop-de-doo fucking thing on, or a tattoo, old man with a tattoo on. So these people hate themselves. Really, they hate the world. They hate themselves. They're degenerate. Look up the fucking definition, degenerate. America is degenerate. We're degenerate. Yeah, Lisa says, she says, well, I got to have ratings. And she's right, because she's selling her show. If she did a piece on Fukushima or whatever, she'd probably get fired. But here's the thing. Now, if she worked for CNN, that would be different. That's why I'll give her a break. I'll give her a pass for one reason. She's selling her content. She can sneak it in. Let's hope she's smart enough. Maybe she can sneak it in through a thesis. Well, of course, Wolf Blitzer, fucking CIA, fucking Mossad, fucking Anderson, Gloria Vanderbilt, fuck Cornelius Vanderbilt, the public be damned, CIA, the fucking rat. All these people. Aaron Burnett, CIA fucking rat. Fucking remember her partner? Remember on CNBC? She said to that big fat fucking Mark Haynes, the Haynes bottom, and he'd say, "Oh, you buggers, you environmentalists, you buggers say this guy got a soda machine." He'd eat Cheetos and he'd just mocking death, just mocking death, just mocking death. You know, he stood up on, with young kids. This is the arrogance of this fat slob, lazy pig, denying the reality, mocking the reaper, taunting fucking death. He taunted death daily. He stood up off his chair and fucking massive heart attack tipped over deader than a fucking rock. And CIA, fucking rat, fucking, they find these people. It's called Operation Foxconn. I don't know the real name, but I know that it's true. I know for a fact that the CIA, Karl Rove exposed it himself, that rat from Colorado. Carl with a small C, and I'm talking about his ex-wife. This dude's so ugly, and so is his wife now. But talk to his first wife. She says Karl Rove's whole problem, she says, he has a very, very small penis. She said it. This dude's so fucking ugly. He hates himself. He hates the fucking world. They find these creeps. And then think about the women. Think about Greenspan. I had a guy going, "Oh, these fucking Jews," right? I said, Jews. What are you talking about? Hey, fucking Jews? The Federal fucking Reserve's running in the United States, run by Congress, fucking Greenspan? Fuck. He's an Ayn Rander. Ayn Rand was no fucking Jew. Ayn Rand fucking created fucking what's gone on with the Fed now. Let's get fucking real. They're Ayn Randers. They're insane. You know, ask Senator Jim Bunny. Ask him before, now we got Rand Paul, Ayn Rand Paul, a cartoon character. They're insane. These people are lunatics. You want to fucking throw the baby out with the bathwater. American populace matters in this country. But they're fucking that stupid and they're gone. Again, 1970. Gaylord, look him up. Look him up. By the way, they're trying to backdoor everything. Well, they already backdoored out fucking everything. They don't enforce laws that exist. We don't need new laws. The IRS, you got a fucking contractor, a hamburger-eating hairspray fat fucker who's not a contractor. He has no skill, no apprenticeship like all of us that did. They gutted us because now they got to explore crews of brown people from the South. We never had no fucking border. Never had. Why didn't we need one? Because they would arrest fucking contractors for. If I did what they do now, I would have been in handcuffs. You're gutting your own community. You're fucking pissing on your own community. You erode the tax base. You erode the community by fucking cheating, fucking all of it. A guy down at when I was forming a Mormon church, my usury protests on Easter, dressed up like a devil. This Mormon hairspray fucker comes, real passive. You know, Kevin, those brown people really, they are happy for every penny we get. I said, the fuck they are. You lying fucker. We have fucking labor laws for a fucking reason. It's against the law what you're doing. You're gutting the fucking community. IRS could clean it up tomorrow. Houses out there where I live. A county commissioner named Terry Gibson fucking runs the whole thing. He has houses of fucking illegal Mexicans. Houses. Which is felonies in this state. It's felony. But he's buddies with Mike Lee. Mike Lee wants to cut food stamps, wants to cut all social programs while he's got $600,000. His house is in foreclosure. Why he's running on a fiscal responsible, why he's a United States Senator, holding up his buddy on. By the way, he lied to me in my face about Fukushima. His dad, a downwinder, died young. This is the arrogance, spit in his own father's face. By the way, I'll tell you how corrupt politics are in Utah. John Huntsman comes out against Mike Lee, goes off on him, which he should, but for the wrong reason. He goes off because, the medical industry, the luxury good of death, Huntsman. Cause leukemia, then give you fucking, go to the hotel, advertise all over Southern California. Come to Huntsman Center, come down to all you old retiree fuckers in California. Go to Huntsman so you can die. And by the way, they don't even make the top on it. You go to Huntsman Cancer Center, unless it's melanoma. They do good work with melanoma. But the rest, they will kill you. Ask my doctors. They don't even rank the top 100. I like our hospital. Our doctor says, you want to go eat the good food, stay in the hotel and die, go ahead, go to Huntsman. You want to live, come here. And by the way, where our hospital at LDS, which I call it ours because I'm in that club, they saved my life. I'm a piece of that incredible team. LDS Church doesn't own it. I like they kept the name. I'm thinking about that more and more because it reminds me of my old grandpa, the Mormon, the Hunsaker Mill, the socialist that he was. They were called communists. The Mormons practiced communism for 100 years. Redistribution of wealth 100%. They sure didn't go to bombs. Now granted, there were some evil fucking pedophile sick fuckers even then. Rape artists, fucking lying fuckers then. But I throw that all out. I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I focus on the westward expansion. They made the desert bloom. Yeah, they got here. Read their early journals. I'm going to go back to Denmark, to my family. They lied to my great-grandma. Inger Marie Mikkelsen was my great-grandma's name. She had a 12-year-old son named Chris Anderson. He was adopted by a Blanch. They lied. I read her journal. All of the early Mormons. They told them, you're going to Zion, the land of milk and honey. They pushed hand carts across this fucking plain, never died, and they got up there and they're like, what? Look at this fucking desert. Threw them in the middle of the fucking desert. Hot. You have no clue how hot it gets here, even in northern Utah. They're like, those are lying. But the westward expansion. Why did they stay? My father used to say it best, for the fucking romance, the fight, and it was hardcore. Death, romance has a lot of death. I mean, historical true romance is brutal. It's brutal. That's where I grew up. Our community has had so much hardcore, brutal pain and fucking death, but it's so fucking beautiful here. And the romance, I mean, I experienced that hardcore, brutal fucking death as a boy. I watched it fucking, the evolution of that incredible landscape be destroyed by this Gibson fucker county commissioner, drained off this incredible marsh, these fucking rats, these lines. You break laws all day. Again, IRS could clean it up with a click of a mouse. Why don't they do it? The laws that exist, we don't need new fucking laws. We need enforcement of the ones that exist. I used to call Shurtleff all the fucking time. He was the Attorney General then. I used to call his office once every Monday. I was the biggest circle contractor in the Valley. I had my Wall Street career. I used to run it out of Weber State University. I had to go to New York back and forth, and I kept my plastering career going the whole time. Biggest circle contractor in the Valley. My guys made $30, $40 fucking hour. Never switched to the fake shit. Our jobs are everywhere. They annihilate us. All of a sudden, these hairspray, hamburger-eating fuckers, this Western stucco, this Sunrise guy, no skill, no apprenticeship, whatever, just exploiting guys. You know, I used to say, God, it's pretty hard when I got to outwork 10 guys. But when I got to outwork fucking 30, I started taking chances, and I fell and broke my back and severed my tongue. Which I did. I don't know how I didn't die then. That was in fucking after I come back home from Wall Street, after Hannika's a tragic death of a girl of leukemia. It broke my fucking heart. And the corruption I started to see on the writing on the wall. I quit a job making... My last year on Wall Street, 1999, I think my bonus check was fucking 800-something thousand. I couldn't take it. I started to watch the evolution of it. I walked. Because I don't give a fuck. It was never about the fucking money. It was about the passion. Oh, I started trading cattle futures in the fucking pits in fucking Ogden at 14. Fucking John Steinbeck, fucking East of Eden. Fucking look it up. They've been around forever, hedging portfolios. Oh, people used to come out, oh, you're gambling with our money. What? You dumb motherfuckers. Wall Street's gambling with our money. Then take your money away from them. Gamble with your own fucking money. You can manage your own stocks. You know, if you'd have followed my thing, you'd be so filthy, stinking rich right now. Right on YouTube. I turned 3,000 into 700,000 right on YouTube. You watched it. Told you short gold before, but no. Cassandra. We don't believe a fucking word of Kevin when it's true. Somebody sent an email line that says, Kevin lies. I want any of you fuckers to find one time. You can't wrap your mind around that I've accomplished and done all these fucking things in my fucking life. Look what I've accomplished in the last 4 years right on YouTube with a fucking wild cancer. Do you think that's new? I've always lived my life like that. I sleep at night, 8 hours at night. And I get up, and I have 16 hours to accomplish a day, every day. I don't lay around the fucking house and watch soap operas. I don't fucking sit around. I'm on the move. I'm active. I'm fucking involved in my community for 16 hours a day. I'm not fucking some fucking, sit around fucking crybaby fucker. I ran out of tears in the Bowman. You have no clue what you can accomplish in 16 hours a day on the go. I've kept my body strong and fit. I walk. I'm in tremendous fucking shape. Always have been, by the way. Always have been. Yeah, I got leukemia. It tore me a fucking apart. I've lost some of the fucking muscle structure on I had it, but that doesn't matter. I'm still strong. It's a mental thing. It's living a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, granted, I drank too much fucking beer right there. I slept with the wrong women. I did a lot of fucking things that maybe I shouldn't have fucking done, but I wouldn't take any of it fucking back. And I do what I do now. It's just my path. It's just the way it is. I'm not going to deny my path. I'm not going to go unconscious. Is it God or is it whatever has gave me this path? Please. Something set my path in place. A nuclear bomb in my dad's sperm. Somebody says, oh, the Hulk, made from plutonium. Somebody says, you're like the Hulk. I said, he was made from plutonium. Well, and I said, so was I. How much fucking plutonium was in my dad's sperm when he fucking fertilized that egg and then mutated that? I have a twin sister. A mutation. By definition. We had this incredible doctor named Rasmussen. Danish philosopher. He was a genius. I think he saved my life when I was a boy. I've had 3 Danish doctors now save my fucking life. And I didn't even know they were Danish when I was a boy. My Danish bloodlines, my dad back to Denmark, and because Danish philosophy medicine believes in these things. Danish philosophy medicine at the top of LDS. It's a team effort. Danish philosophy medicine is very different, and it's very good. It's very good, by the way. They believe in an approach that takes in all things. They believe in diet. They believe in spirit. They believe in mind. They believe in health. They use modern medicine. Chemo, I got chemo in a can. But I weaned myself off. I want people to absolutely understand it. Even the pharmacists couldn't believe I did this. I went through those rounds of chemo fucking 3 times and then ready for the bone marrow. I made the choice, no bone. Not only that, I weaned off all fucking drugs. I haven't even had an aspirin in my body in fucking well over 2.5 fucking years. Not even an aspirin. Yeah, I don't drink anymore. Once or maybe have one beer. I can't fucking do it. I don't want to do it. I want to be a strong mind, soul, body for this fight because I watch my friends die in there. I watch so many beautiful people in my lifetime living in Utah. I'm not unconscious about it. I understand what they do to us, and I understand it's a genetic fucking mutation that goes down through fucking bloodlines. I get that. I've always known that. I had lots of good. I understood that fucking Earth Day is a hardcore, intentional, fucking passionate fight. Jesus Christ, the Prophet Jeremiah, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy, John fucking Kennedy, all these incredible activists. Brown. Wow. Oh my God. Think about him. Ooh, John Brown. Ooh, hoo, hoo, the Gimlet Girls. Wow. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Think about some of these. Whoa. Intense. On Balco. I sit and watch all this death in my face. You know, eating a Walt Whitman fucking sandwich in Brooklyn, sitting on his place. Wow. Think about his path. Oh my God. All those mentally ill people in that house. Going across the world, freaking thing, hobnobbing, sitting with those bodies from the Civil War. Oh my God! Wow! I watched it in that Bill Conference, and I can prove that people are unconscious and they cannot handle the fucking truth. They don't want the truth. They can't handle the fucking truth. They don't want it. They cannot talk about their own mortality, which all societies know. You know, Stone Age, rock for the past, wood for the living. They always got it. They knew this is a journey in the path that ends. Our goal is to go from a boy to an old man with elder and wisdom. You know, that beautiful picture and photograph I showed Ackerman, the painting, that's what that is. Again, Danish philosophy. Where are the elders? The natives sure got it. The natives sure got it. They were right. But look what's hijacked with them. Look at their culture now. They've contemporized too. I talked to this native woman yesterday in there. Oh my God, she's horrible. Tried to think she was an activist. We tried to have a discussion. She got peace signs on her kids, freaking thing. Completely abstract from anything socially conscious, from any environmentalism. You know, joined the team, got in the club. Everybody thinks they're going to be famous and be on TV. Who the fuck wants to be? You know, we want our message out, and we want it, but we want to really change it. We want to end nuclearism, end it all. Fukushima's the fucking cornerstone. So anybody who says they're anti-nuclear is not hardcore, rabid, passionate about Fukushima is not anti-nuclear. It's that simple. I'm a carpenter, what's a hammer? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a fisherman, what's a boat? I'm anti-nuclear. I'm anti-climate change. I want to fucking change the world. I want to fucking change the world. I want to clean this fucking... What's Fukushima? Without that, now, she knew what Fukushima was. She didn't know what Megan Rice is, but she's going to know because it's right up her street. She goes in, you could see she was very passionate about, she talked about prisons in the United States taking away the child away from the woman if they're under 5, which they do, and they put them in foster care. In the rest of the world, they have prisons where the mama lives with the child. She talks about people that go in and out, and talks about how many people are in California in prison for marijuana when marijuana is legal. It's drug offenses. She's very passionate about it. She's very passionate about the sex slave trade in America. And you could hear that she was in her voice. She talked about in China there's 34 million more men than women because they can only have one child. And think about that. But that's where I want to talk. I didn't get a chance to talk about this, but think about where does the mentality come that you want a boy, not a girl? That's retarded. In the definition of the word retarded. It's a broken cognitive fucking thesis. Just like in fucking, I know a guy right here named Brosworth that had this Timberline Connection furniture store. God, he had huge, I knew his grandpa. I did a lot of work for his grandpa. I knew that. He got a Chinese necktie importing fucking animal parts to China. What the fuck is the matter with those people? What is the matter with the way fucking people think? You want a boy, not a girl? What the fuck? We'll talk about it more of this on fucking Thursday. Come on, get a fucking conscience. Earth Day protest tomorrow, I'm going to be radical. Like they were, the people that started it. Protest day, it's not come by your party.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical.